All right, everyone, welcome into the Wildcat Center. I am Kyle Pullen, and today we have a Johnson and Wales doubleheader. First up, the Lady Wildcats will be taking on number 17th ranked Valley City State Vikings. Johnson and Wales comes into this game 6-10, where the Vikings come in 9-1. Johnson and Wales coming off an exciting 62-60 victory over Dickinson State. Caitlin Durkin had 16 points in that game and was named the AII Female Athlete of the Week. She has the most three-pointers in NAIA Division II and 4th in total scoring, so definitely important to keep an eye on the senior there. They will have their hands full with the Vikings today, who come off of an impressive 71-40 victory over Northern New Mexico on Sunday. They have won 9 straight, have not lost since their opening game of the season. They are led by their freshman, number 33, Brittany Lehner. She averages 13.8 points per game and also is their leading rebounder, 4.2 per game. So going to be important to keep her out of the paint inside. So Johnson and Wales getting ready here for the national anthem. Thank you so much for joining us once again. If you are having some friends having trouble finding the broadcast, just let them know to go to the Johnson and Wales Athletic website. There is a link there to the video so that they can watch the game as well. So we are going to step aside here real quick for the national anthem. We will come back with the starting lineups for both teams and the opening tip. Thank you so much for joining us for Johnson and Wales basketball from the Wildcat Center.
Good evening and welcome to Wildcat Gym on the campus of Johnson and Wales University. It's time for college basketball. Tonight, the Vikings of Valley City State University taking on the Wildcats of Johnson and Wales. Tonight's games are sponsored by the Holiday Inn Denver East Stapleton, a proud corporate sponsor of Wildcat Athletics. Johnson and Wales University and the NAIA would like to take this opportunity to encourage you to help everyone enjoy tonight's contest by being a true champion of character. By displaying respect and good sportsmanship, you can help create a positive environment for the teams and fans. And now let's stand and honor America. Please remove your hats and caps and face the flag for our national anthem, presented tonight by Johnson and Wales University student Kate Peacher.
All right, welcome back into the broadcast here, and we are going to get into the starting lineups for both teams at this point. First up for the Vikings, Caitlin Ralston, the 5'5" senior out of Dalton, North Dakota. Then the other guard, Courtney Titus, 5'7" senior out of Hankinson, North Dakota. Number 15, Sakita Jihad, 5'6", sophomore out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Of course, we mentioned number 33, Brittany Lehner. She is their leading scorer, the 5'10" junior forward out of Waterton, South Dakota. And rounding it out, Alyssa Humble, the senior center at 6 foot from West Fargo, North Dakota. Now getting into your starting lineups for the Wildcats. First up is Amanda Weber, the 5'4" guard. She struggled there last game, but shows a lot of hustle, really gets out there, and can be a real pest on defense. She is joined by the hero from last game, Samantha Neal. Of course, she hit 3 straight threes that really put the Wildcats in front in that game against Dickinson State last time. Of course, we already talked about the 5'6" senior guard out of Littleton, Colorado, Caitlin Durkin. She has 16 points per game, really putting up an impressive numbers this season. Alex Courtney had a great game and will be key again once again inside against Hummel and Lehner, as when this team has struggled. They have struggled because they have been out-rebounded on the glass. So Courtney, very important to that. And rounding it out is Kristen Ward, the 5'7" forward sophomore out of Thornton, Colorado. Johnson & Wales coming out in their white with the blue trim, whereas Valley State Vikings coming out in the burgundy with the white trim. We are all set to go here. And the Vikings win the tip. Going up and unguarded off of it. They missed the layup. There for the rebound is Lehner. They'll kick it out. Set up now. Lehner wants to post up on Neal. She's doubled. Good help by Courtney. The shot from the outside. Hummel taking the deep shot. Can't get that to go. Ward now gets it over to Durkin. Durkin with the quick jumper. Nothing but net. Good to see the senior get off to a good start. We mentioned it, coming off of being named the Female Player of the Week for the AII. 19:30 left to go. 2-0 here for the home team. They'll come out in a little bit of a zone here. 2-3 action. Working it around are the Vikings. Ralston has it outside. She's not going to kick it to Titus. She'll take the 3. Long on that, but Lehner there for the rebound. Kicks it right back out to Titus. New shot clock now. 19:05 left to go. Trying to pass it in. Durkin picks it off. Durkin coming the other way. They're going to try to cut her off. She'll pick up her dribble in the corner. Now thought she was going to Courtney. Couldn't get that, but ends up going through to Neal. Vikings not paying attention on that one. Weber pump fakes, gets inside, tries to kick out to Neal. Can't get it to her. Durkin pump fakes, and then she has it poked away by Titus, but off of her leg. So will go to the Vikings' first turnover of the game for the Wildcats. 18:45 left to go. 2-0 Wildcats. We're going to come out, put a little bit of pressure on this with Ward. Ward, of course, very long up top in this zone. Can really bother some guards with her length. So far, the Vikings very passive, working it around outside. Titus pump fakes. Thought better of it. Now kicks to the corner. That's a 3 for Ralston, and as she hits that, nothing but net. And you see Coach Neal telling his team to pick the pace up as they try to go over the top to Ward. That's picked off. A little bit ambitious with that pass. Titus coming the other way. And she goes to the corner. Now gets the inside to their post player. And Hummel misses once again. She is now 0 for 3 from the field in this game. 3-2. Vikings still in the lead. Ward coming up on this near side wing. She's cut off. Will go up top to Neal. Neal's going to pull the 3. Can't hit that. Of course, you have to keep an eye on the Wildcats. They attempt 33s per game, shooting 30%, as Titus can't handle that pass in the corner and turns that one over. First turnover of the game, or pardon me, second turnover of the game for the Vikings. Of course, Wildcats, a very team that really wants to play at a high pace and get out in transition and take threes as much as possible, playing that 4-guard lineup that they play. Ward now on the dribble. She tries to get inside, kicks it out. Weber for 3. In and out for Weber, but Courtney taps it. Ward can't handle it, and coming the other way is Ralston. Ralston going to go right at Neal, and Neal strips that. Looked like it might have gone off of Ralston's knee, but will stay here with the Vikings. 17:21 left to go. 3-2 is the score. Both teams coming out a little bit sloppy here in the early going. Ball comes into Ralston. Ralston into the post to Hummel. Now Lehner with her first shot of the game, and that one is well short. Wildcats will live with her taking long jumpers on Neal all day long. She now kicks it back. Going inside was the senior Durkin. Looked like she was trying to draw the foul on the layup. No whistle, and she airballed back. Coming the other way are the Vikings. With the ball up top, now Johnson and Wales getting into their man-to-man. They show a lot of different looks on defense, try to keep the team confused. Right now, very passive, already 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing really going on for the Vikings. They'll look to create on Durkin, and a terrible shot. Great defense by Durkin, and good job by the Wildcats, keeping them passive. Durkin now throws it up ahead to Ward. Ward tried to throw it off of Hummel, could not get that done. Was a good look by Durkin, just a little bit long for Ward on that one. Ball goes to Titus. Titus going to take the jumper. She's short on that, and Courtney pulls down the rebound, her first of the game. Courtney, of course, needs to be that presence inside with this four-guard lineup as Neal kicks out to Weber. Weber over to Durkin. Durkin gets the screen from Courtney. Then Courtney did not roll. Durkin thought she was going to, and luckily for the Wildcats, Vikings deflect that out. Now first subs of the game. Number 23, Stephanie Peterson coming in. Also Hummel going to take a seat, and Kelsey Hunter going to come in along with number 14, Sierra Even. Neal gets it up top. She's going to try to create, kicks out to Ward. Ward for three. Short on that. Courtney with the rebound. There's some cries for over the back, and then she throws that away. And coming the other way is Stephanie Peterson right off the bench, getting her first two of the game. Now 5-2 Vikings. Low-scoring game here, early going. Wildcats got off to a slow start like this against Dickinson State. Only had 10 points in the first 10 minutes, and then proceeded to end up with almost 70 points in the game. So a very explosive team, as they're coming the other way is the Vikings in a hurry. And Jihad was fouled on that one. They are going to call the foul on Durkin, as Durkin trying to talk with Coach Neal, figuring out what they are trying to do on offense, frustrated with the early 2 points on their first possession, and since then have not gotten a bucket, as two more subs come in for the Vikings. Vikings, a very balanced team, as in their victory over Northern New Mexico, they had 8 players with at least 6 points in that game. So a lot of weapons, do not just rely on one player. Trying to extend the lead, taking the second free throw. And she's off on that one. Weber comes in, gets the rebound. 6-2 Vikings now. 15:25 left to go. Neal crosses midcourt. Goes back door to Ward. Ward loses control. And right now the Wildcats look like they maybe have been told that this is an aggressive team that maybe they can take a little advantage of. But right now the backdoor cuts are not there, and they are not handling them very well at all, as Megan Troutman comes into the game for the Vikings now, as Jihad takes a seat. Pearson passes it up top. They try to swing it. Almost threw it away, and Neal, good post defense inside on Lee. And then it's almost turned over by Ward once again. She's on the ground, jump ball, and it will stay here with the Wildcats. Ward having some trouble handling the ball at this point, and now the two super subs coming in for the Wildcats, Manning and Shirley. Shirley was a big offense for this team, off to mention. Whenever she scores in double figures, you know the Wildcats are going to have a good chance of winning. The junior guard out of Arizona. Shirley has it now on the dribble, kicks it out to Neal. Neal now trying to drive. She gets cut off, now off to Ward. Ward, a beautiful pass inside to Courtney. Courtney can't handle it, and she is tied up inside by Hunter. And now it will go over to the Wildcats as Witzroth gets ready to come in. Courtney going out. Courtney, you can see a little bit frustrated with herself right now. Just needs to be a little bit quicker inside off of those passes, getting it right up to the rim using her height. Looks like they're going back to the 1-3-1 zone, are the Wildcats. Ball swung far. Now into the corner to Hunter. Back up top, and the three taken by Even, and she knocks that down. Nothing but net. 9-2. The bench really coming up big here for the Vikings. And Johnson and Wales just needs a basket right now to make it stop. Shirley spinning back in on even. She'll take that up and does what she does best, using her size inside. A very physical point guard, and Shirley gets them a much-needed basket. Now 9-4, 13:55 left to go. Patton, beautiful pass inside to Hunter as she had it sealed off inside. 11-4, 13:45 left to go. Shirley looking to attack once again. Gets it up on the rim, can't get it, and she taps it past Wisroth. Now Ward pokes it away. Right to Manning. Good hustle there by Manning, making sure she got over there. Manning out to Shirley. Shirley thought about the three. Gets inside, and she was fouled going up there. And the junior coming out very aggressive. A big spark for this team off the bench, and now 5 subs come to the table here for the Vikings as Coach Jill DeVries really using all of her depth right now. Shirley steps up for her first free throw of the game. And that goes in nothing but net. Down to just a 6-point game. So as bad as the Wildcats have played here in this opening 6.5 minutes, still down by just 6 as the shift change comes in as Caitlin Ralston comes back in along with Lehner out there. So definitely want to keep an eye on them. Also Hummel back in. Jihod back in, and she now plays the point. Gets it off to Titus. Titus now. Geode looking to attack, looking to be a little more aggressive. They get it inside to Hummel. Hummel with the power dribble. Good job by Wisroth. Collapsing in there. She kicks it out, and a good layup by Ralston. Now 13-6, 13:05 left to go. Shirley gets it off to Manning, into the corner to Ward. Ward for 3. Can't get that to go. Hummel takes the long rebound out to Titus, and the Vikings are looking to run with some early offense here. Titus now driving, trying to go up on Ward, and they are going to give her the foul. Looked like pretty good defense there by Ward, but going to say she pushed her a little bit with the body. Thought that maybe Titus was a little bit out of control coming in, but Titus going to the line now. Titus in and out with that one. So Titus still looking for her first point of the game as now Tori Kernine comes in for Ward. 2 team fouls on the Wildcats, just 1 on the Vikings thus far. Neither team in any foul trouble. Short on that one. The long rebound taken by Manning, and she cannot keep it inbounds. So we'll go back to the Vikings. Almost as good as an offensive rebound there. Another possession, 12:47 left to go. Geode with it up top. She's looking for a screen. Now the Wildcats back in man-to-man. Wisroth trying to front pretty aggressively on Hummel in the post. Yeah, now on the cross screen down low. Titus has it. Titus looking for Lehner. Can't find her. Now gets it off to Hummel. Good in and there. And 1. They get Kernine from behind. A beautiful, patient offense as Lehner just kept going back and forth, block to block. Coach Neal looking for the 3-second call in there. But Lehner doing a good job being very patient inside. That's her first bucket of the game, and she will go up and knock the free throw down, nothing but net. Now all of a sudden, a 16-6 advantage for the Vikings. Shirley with it up top. Over to Kernine. Kernine now Manning takes the 3 from the corner, and she hits that, nothing but net. So Shirley and Manning doing exactly what you want from your bench, giving them some instant offense here, as the bench accounting for all but 2 of these 9 points at this point. Judd gets it up to Ralston. Ralston over to Titus. Titus now to Ralston. That's an open 3, and she's short on that. Wisroth trying to keep it alive inside, but Hummel gets in there, and now Titus gets come for free down the lane. Misses that, gets her own rebound, throws it back up. Hummel comes over the back of Manning, but gets away with that as she kept straight up. And there you see Courtney up on the bench. But Lehner gets a free shot inside, and she makes that one. Now 5 points for Lehner, leading scorer for this team. We talked about her in the pregame. 13.8 points per game she averages. Shirley coming in inside. Looked like she was looking for the foul. No block, no charge call, but she just throws it out of bounds, they say. They say it didn't even touch a player. So now Wissaw takes a seat and Courtney comes in for the Wildcats. 18-9, 11-17 left to go here at the Wildcat Center. I am Kyle Pullen. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ustream. JR gets it over to Ralston. Ralston now up top to Hummel. They're swinging it and just running that screen right across block to block, trying to get Lehner loose. Titus now on the drive, kicks it back to Hummel. Hummel for deep on the jump for deep two. Can't get that to go, and Neal pulls down the rebound for the Wildcats. Neal coming the other way in a hurry. Makes someone stop her, kicks to Manning in the corner, out to Cernine. Cernine thought about the three, now kicks to Manning. Manning spins inside, and she is fouled by Jayad, who knew she got there just a little bit late, was trying to come back through on the spin and get it, but got caught with the reach, and the mass substitution coming in once again as all 5 out now, and a totally new 5 in for the Vikings. Durkin comes in for the Wildcats, and Manning in for for the Vikings. Now, Shirley dribbles it out top. Over to Neal. Neal for the deep three. Can't get that to go. Rebound pulled down by Peterson. Peterson now gets it off to Even. Back to Peterson. She's cut off. We'll get it up top, and they'll start running some offense with Troutman. Even with it up top. Cernine doing a good job pressuring her. Over to Hunter. Now they get it inside to Lee. Lee, nice move, can't get that to go, and a good job just boxing out there by the senior. Durgan didn't even go for the rebound, knew she had teammates there to pick that up. Cernine now has it, gets it off to Shirley. Shirley thought she had Courtney inside, but her bounce pass went off of the foot of a player and right to the Vikings, and that leads to a transition 3 to Sierra Even. And that leads to a 30-second timeout from Coach Neal, 21-9 right now. And Coach Neal taking a do-your-job timeout right now, as he looks like he has some words for the team right now. As it hasn't been Wildcat basketball right now. They're looking a little bit rushed on offense, like they really want to get a shot up in these first 10 seconds. Of course, they are a team that looks for early offense, but they have done a good job in games earlier this season at home, being patient if it's not there and making them work for it. So they will come out, same as Kristen Ward comes in, and Cernine will take a seat. So it's Neal, Durkin, Ward, Shirley, and Courtney out there for the Wildcats. Courtney inbounds to Shirley. 9:40 left to go. 21-9 Vikings. Shirley off to Neal. Neal driving in now out to Shirley. Shirley open for three. Barely caught iron on that one, and the rebound comes to Peterson. Peterson hands off to Even. Even now over to Troutman. Gets it up to Hunter. Hunter wide open jumper. Got to set her feet on that one as Durkin got caught on the down screen, and she knocks that one down with ease. 23-9 now. Have to figure the Wildcats need a few buckets, and Durkin for three. She'll knock that one down. So the leader in Division II NAIA with 3-point shots made makes another one there. And now, though, Lee gets the offensive rebound inside for the Vikings. She goes up, gets her shot blocked, but another offensive rebound by Hunter. And she gets it in the corner. They're just going to set up and run some offense now. Peterson with it up top. Gets it off to Troutman. Troutman to Even. Now Lee into Hunter. Hunter loses it, and they are going to say it stays here. Durgan trying to convince him that it went off her leg, but to no avail. So just an 11-point game, 8:32, plenty of time left to go here to make a run. In the first half against Dickinson State, they were down 9 and ended up cutting it to 2 before halftime. Peterson with it up top, might have gotten away with a carry there. Now 2 on the shot clock, 3 goes up from Troutman, and she drills that. That is a backbreaker. Now a 14-point game, 26-12, had a great defensive possession, and then to give up an open 3 from the corner at the last second, and Shirley ill-advised pass this. Durgan was going backdoor, but nothing was there. And Ward now gets called for the foul in transition against Peterson coming the other way. So 8:08 left to go. Peterson going to the line as we see Manning getting ready to come in for the Wildcats. 4 getting ready to come in for the Vikings. Vikings really showing off their depth right now. Peterson knocks down that free throw, making it 27-12. We see Lehner and Hummel coming back in, along with Jihad and Ralston out there. So the only one waiting is the one for the shooter. They are going to do their shift change. And Peterson knocks it down, and she will come off, and Titus will come on. Now Weber coming on, and Ward sitting down, as that is now 2 fouls on Ward. 4 team fouls on the Wildcats. Just 2 on the Vikings, doing a good job of playing fundamental defense, staying in front without picking up the fouls. Neal now looking to attack. She gets it off. Now 2. Manning up top. She's going to take the jumper in and out on that one. But Manning hustling. Can't get it, but good hustle by Manning as she was coming through the bigger players and tapped it loose. At the very least, making them take it out of bounds. Can't come up and get those transition buckets where they've been able to find open lanes in this defense and early post-ups, more importantly. Jihad with it up top. She's going to pass it off to Titus. Titus loses it. Weber now has it, and they're going to call the kick on her. No, they're going to call a foul, pardon me, on Titus, saying she pushed Weber down. And so that will be the first on Titus, 3rd team foul now on the Vikings. 7:30 left to go, 28-12, 16-point game. Manning on the dribble, gets baseline, kicks out to Weber. Weber can't handle that high pass, and a turnover by the Wildcats. So that is now the 10th turnover already for the Wildcats compared to just 5 for the Vikings. Jihad crosses the timeline as Withroth gets ready to come in for the Wildcats. Titus with Weber right up on her. Off to Jihad. Durkin on her. Now they try to set the double screen to get Ralston loose. Can't get her loose. Titus on the pump fake. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hummel has to throw up a desperation one. Didn't hit rim, and it's going to stay here. But the shot clock should not have reset. They're going to have it reset, though. Didn't think there was any possession by the Wildcats. As Withroth comes in, Courtney takes a seat. 6:56 left to go. So a whole new shot clock, they say now, for the Vikings. Goes into Hummel. Hummel, good drop step. Can't finish, though. And coming in, Lehner comes over the back of Withroth. Withroth doing a good job staying strong inside. Not as big as Courtney. Has to make sure that she plays good positional box-out basketball inside to make sure that it is not just an offensive rebounding parade for the Vikings. Manning cross timeline over to Neal. Neal looking to attack. Off to Durkin. Durkin gets it poked away by Titus. And Titus coming the other way. And she will lay it up. Can't get that to go. Ralston gets it, and she is fouled by Weber underneath. So right now, the Wildcats, they just can't seem to find a matchup that they like to get some easy penetration inside, as they are going to have now Manning going out and Kernine coming on for the Wildcats. 29-12 at this point. Ralston goes line for the second. In and out with that, but Lehner gets it, and she will put up the hook shot. Can't get that to go, and Withroth has it. She'll get it off to Neal. 6:20 left to go. Neal looking to attack. Gets it off to Kernine. Kernine gets her pass stolen by Hummel. Jihad coming the other way. They have numbers 3-on-1, and that is an easy layup for Caitlin Ralston. And this is going to be now an inbound violation on Withroth. So thus far the Wildcats just come out looking flat and not very engaged, as Courtney Dixon now comes in, the freshman out of North Dakota, going to come in for Hummel, get her some minutes, as Coach Neal I think right now just try to take that time out to let his team know we may be down, but we're not going to quit here, as whenever you get an inbounding violation, sign just of a lack of focus. So Wildcats right now, as I said, they're really struggling to find a mismatch, which normally their 4-point guard system really creates at least one matchup where they have the speed advantage. But right now they can't get any penetration to free up their 3-point shooters, and the Vikings are making them pay for sure with their size on the other end. Some quick stats right now is 46% shooting for the Vikings compared to just 31% for the Wildcats. So that tells you just about all you need to know at this point. And that, along with the 12 turnovers for the Wildcats compared to just 5 for the Vikings. Usually you see that reversed with the Wildcats guards getting out, pressuring, and really being able to make the other team's point guards uncomfortable. Has not been so thus far. Now, yeah, it finds Titus in the corner. Weber on her. Gets it out to Dixon. Dixon to Jayon. They're going to find the open three, way off on that. And rebounded by Durkin. Durkin had to swing some elbows to get Dixon away. Sets the screen for Neal. Neal now out to Weber. Weber for three. Can't get that to go. And Durkin fights inside and gets the rebound. That will stay here with the Wildcats. So good hustle by Durkin, the senior out of Littleton. She has 5 of the 12 points here for the Wildcats in this first half. Durkin inbounding on the far side, gets it up to Neal. Neal on the dribble. Gets cut off to Weber. Weber now takes the mid-range jumper, can't get that to go. Durkin held a little bit by Titus, no call on that. And good job by Ralston being strong with it inside the guard. Now they have a little bit of numbers, it's coming the other way. As Lehner got away with a travel, but puts it up and in on the hook shot as Shirley gets ready to come in for the Wildcats. Weber also got away with a travel, but not the double dribble the other way. So 5:07 left to go. We see the first non-mass substitution as Brittany Lehner going to take a seat with 7 points, and Sierra Even coming on as even much more of a 3-point shooter for the Vikings as opposed to the inside presence that Lehner provides. Wisroth coming out, and Alex Courtney coming on for the Wildcats. Vikings bring the ball across the timeline. Get it up top to Dixon. Dixon on the handoff to Ralston. Now over to Hunter, looking inside to Dixon. Dixon faces up on Courtney. Hunter gets it right back into her. Quick hook shot, airballed it, and Durkin comes down with the rebound for the Wildcats. Durkin coming the other way in a hurry. She crosses over. Titus all over her. And she goes dangerous cross-court pass, knocked away by Ralston. Lucky that one wasn't picked off as she tried to find Courtney cross-court. Sub Manning coming in and Neal going off for the Wildcats. 4:32 left to go, 33-12, 21-point lead for the Vikings. Now seeing first action for the Vikings is Erica Edel coming into the game, the 5'3" freshman out of Japan. Shirley gets it up top for the Wildcats. Now off to Ward. Ward to Durkin. Durkin kicks to Shirley. Shirley tries to go up strong. Goes off of Shirley and will go to the Vikings. Thought that one was off of the Vikings at least, but they say it went back off Shirley's hand and out of bounds. So 4:15 left to go here. Crossing the timeline is Even. Off to Hunter. Hunter thought about the three. Looking for Lee inside. Can't find her. Peterson swings it. Now up top, Lee thought about the three, trying to go by Durkin, can't get that. Beautiful post entry to Hunter. Hunter can't get it, and Hunter just taps it out of bounds. So good job collapsing on the post players there as Tamika Manning poked that one away and forced the turnover. Just the 6th of the game for the Vikings. Manning now has it, gets the screen, They'll get it off to Courtney. Courtney out to Shirley. Shirley for three. Knocks that one down. Nothing but net. Now 15-33. So an 18-point advantage for the Vikings. Edel with it up top. Off to Even. Even to Peterson. Edel looking inside for Hunter. Can't find her. Good defense by Courtney. Hunter pump fakes the jump shot. Can't get that. Even takes the deep three and nothing but net. She has had a nice looking stroke all game, as that is her third three of the game. Manning now takes the three, trying to answer back. Can't get that, but Courtney gets the rebound. Tried to find Ward inside, but she can't handle that as it was a little behind her. Even coming the other way in transition. Off to Hunter. Hunter pump fakes. Now kicks it out to Peterson. Peterson wide open jumper, and she knocks that one down. 38-15. All of a sudden now a 23-point advantage. A quick 5-0 run for the Vikings. 2:40 left to go in this first half. Shirley trying to drive in. Looked for the handoff for Durgan. Wasn't there. Wisely kicks out to Manning. Shirley going to take another three. Can't get that. Courtney inside. Can't get that. And Peterson comes away with it after Peterson and Hunter were battling in there with Courtney. Peterson cut off by Durkin. Finds Hunter. Can't get it. Now Lee kicks it out to Edel. And Edel knocks that down. Nothing but net. As they're getting wide open 15-footers in transition. 40-15 now. All biggest lead of the game. 25 points. Kristen Ward driving in. Looked like maybe she was fouled, and a very late whistle as Hunter could not believe she was whistled for the foul inside. But does not change the fact that she was, no matter how much she may disagree. So now Kristen Ward at the line taking her first free throws of the game. Knocks down the first one, 16-40. Ward gets her first point of the game as now Neal comes in for Durkin. And Wisroth comes in for Courtney, getting her a break before half. 2:02 left to go in this first half. Ward knocks that one down. I want to remind you that the men's basketball team for the Wildcats will be in action after this game. We will have them taking on the Valley City Vikings, as that team ranked 15th in the nation. Edel takes the quick three for the Vikings. Can't get that to go, but the rebound comes straight to Dixon. Now Edel inside to Lee. Lee goes up strong. Can't get that to go, and the ball tapped out to Neal, coming the other way for the Wildcats. Samantha Neal thought about the three, kicks out to Shirley. Shirley thought about the three. Now going to her spin move. Gets her shot blocked inside by Even. And Even can't believe that call, but that's what Shirley does. Not the tallest point guard, standing at just 5'5", the junior from Winslow, Arizona, but does a good job getting her shoulder into the other player, forcing them to make contact if they want to try to block that shot. Shirley steps up and knocks that one down. Nothing but net. 19 points for the Wildcats now. And Shirley has 8 of those. She steps up to the line. Knocks down both of them. Nothing but net. So now 19-40, 21-point game. 1:20 left to go in this first half. Peterson with it up top. Shirley on her. Back to Dixon. Dixon looking inside. Neal doing a good job coming over. Comes right out to Dixon. Off to Even. Even inside. Gets it stripped by Shirley. Then gets it stripped right back. Can't make the layup. Peterson gets it. Off to Edel. Edel makes the left-handed layup. And after a frenetic sequence there, ends in 2 points for the Vikings. Back up 23. Ward into the corner to Neal. Neal stuck in the corner. Gets it out to Ward. Good job helping her on the wing. Ward just throws that one out of bounds as she hits the floor once again, maybe looking for a foul, but none coming. 35 seconds left to go, so 5-second differential, shot clock and game clock right now. Edel with Manning on her. Manning putting a little pressure on the point guard. She gets it into the corner to Troutman. Troutman now up top to Even. Over to Edel. Edel inside. Troutman loses that, but Dixon comes there. It's tied up, and that will go to the Wildcats. So 12 seconds left to go here for the Wildcats. Looking to go into half on a positive note. And a quick sub, they're going to get Durkin back into the game. See if they can maybe get a 3 off here. They have all of their shooters out there with Ward, Manning, Neal, Durkin, and Shirley. So 5 guards on the floor for this last possession for the Wildcats. 7 seconds left to go. Shirley off to Durkin. Durkin puts that up, hits the floor hard, but no foul call at all. As the official and Durkin having a spirited conversation down there, but to no avail. So at the half, it is 45 for the visiting Valley City Vikings and 19 for the home Wildcats. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll have first half stats for you as well as the second half. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Wildcats basketball.
Holiday Inn Denver East Stapleton is a proud sponsor of tonight's halftime entertainment. Our relay teams are racing for a one-night weekend stay and dinner for 2 at the Holiday Inn. They must race the course, keeping the basketball on the serving tray, successfully then handing it off to their teammate for the second leg of the race. Winners each take home gift certificates, compliments of the Holiday Inn Denver Stapleton. Set and go. to receive. As you came through the doors this evening, the winner will take away some fantastic holiday gift basket, courtesy of the Holiday Inn Denver, East Stapleton. Our winning ticket, 551, 559. Last three numbers, 559. 559, the last three digits. Are you in the building? Are you in the house to win the Holiday Inn gift basket? 559 going once, twice. Oh, you lost your chance. We're going to do this again. Sorry. The next winner, this again for the holiday gift basket, 551, 549, 549. Do you have the winning blue ticket? 549. No 549. We'll try one more time. Here we go. This is the winner. 551, the last three digits are 516. 516. We have a winner. We have a winner. Checking scoring in the first half. First for Valley City State University, Caitlin Ralston with 8. Sadiqa Jihad with 1. Brittany Lehner with 7. Erica Edel with 4. Sierra Even with 9. Stephanie Peterson with 6. Megan Troutman with 3. Kelsey Hunter with 4. Rebound leader for the Vikings. Caitlin Ralston and Stephanie Peterson had 3 each. Shooting in the first half, the Vikings were 16 of 34 from the field, 47%. From the three-point line, 5 of 9, that's 56%. And from the foul stripe, 5 of 8, that is 63%. For Johnson and Wales scoring, Caitlin Durkin with 5, Chris Ward with 2, Tamika Manning with grade, Courtney Shirley with 9. Leading rebounder for Johnson and Wales, Caitlin Durkin at 4. Shooting in the first half, Wildcats, they were 5 of 19 from the field, 26%. From the three-point line, they were 3 of 12 for 25%, and they were a perfect 6 for 6 from the foul stripe. Starting the second half for the Wildcats, 1, Samantha Neal, 3, Amanda Weber, 15, Caitlin Durkin, 22, Alex Courtney, and 23, Kristen Ward. Valley City will start with their original starting 5. 3, Caitlin Walston, 13, Courtney Titus, 15, Sydney Jihad, 33, Brittany Lair, and 25, Alyssa Hummel. Wildcats will be in play again this week. Ladies, Wednesday night, tomorrow night, December 19th, 7 o'clock when they take on Menlo College. The men have a little bit of time off. They'll be in play again on Friday, December 28th at 7 o'clock versus Mount Marty College. Both of those games here at Wildcat Gym.
All right, we are back here at the Wildcat Center. Lady Wildcats had a rough first half here against the number 17 visiting Valley City Vikings. Vikings jumped all over them. Halftime score 45-19. About 2 minutes left before we get this second half started. Just quickly through some team stats. The field goal percentage almost 50%, 47% for the Vikings compared to 26% for the Wildcats. Three-pointers, 5 of 9 for the Vikings. Shining the Wildcats in an area where they normally excel. They were 3 of 12 for 25%. 6 of 6 from the charity stripe for the Wildcats, the lone bright spot in that first half compared to 5 of 8 at the line from the Vikings. Offensive rebounds, so 8-2 in favor of the Vikings, leading to a total rebounding advantage of 20-13, 9 assists compared to just 3, and of course those 16 turnovers compared to 7 for Valley City. Leading scorer for Valley City was Sierra Even. She hit those 3 threes for her only points of the game, but a very good shooter if you give her any space. Also a player we talked about in the pregame, Brittany Lerner. She had a great second half of that half inside, was very patient, did a good job positioning herself for her 8 points. Leading the way for the Wildcats was Courtney Shirley. She had 9 points in just 12 minutes off the bench. Did a great job giving this team some spark off of the bench. Behind her was Caitlin Durkin with just 5. Wildcats going to need a huge effort from her in this second half. Both teams coming out with their original starting 5. Will be Wildcats ball. And Neal crosses the timeline. She's looking to attack right away into the corner to Weber. Now out to Neal. Back to Weber. Weber looking to try to go past Ralston on the baseline. Ralston pokes it away, but Weber gets it back. Dangerous pass. Ward gets it into the corner. Now back up to Weber. To Courtney. 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and a beautiful shot by Ward. Nice floater there, showing off her length. Just 5'7", but a lot longer in her upper body. Has some very long arms there, and helped her on that one. Titus gets it inside to Hummel, poked away by Courtney. Good job getting her off the block. Now it goes up top to Lehner. Lehner to Jihad. Jihad off to Hummel. Hummel now into Ralston. Ralston throws up the wild layup. Can't get that, and Durkin gets it. Durkin off to Neal. Neal inside. Corner. Weber wide open for 3. Can't get that to go. Jihad with the board, and she comes the other way. Up now, and Courtney sends Caitlin Ralston on the baseline. Ralston, I think, thought that maybe she had a little better position on Courtney than she did, because that was ill-advised, to say the least. 45-21, Vikings still in the lead. 18-49, a little more life from the Wildcats coming out here in the second half. Hummel has it in the post on Ward, able to just take that easy jump hook as Ward got switched onto her on the out-of-bounds play, and that is an easy post-up for Hummel. Neal in the corner. Gets it off to Durkin. Durkin with Titus on her. Titus, a great defender. And that one is deflected. Will stay here. And you can see Durkin very frustrated with the defense from Titus right now. Titus doing a great job with her length, really bothering Durkin. Neal tried to get it into Ward, deflected out of bounds. Good patience by Neal on that one, though. Waiting for that play to develop. Almost had Ward. Now they will just switch. No, they'll stay on the same side, near side baseline. 18:27 left to go. Now ball just comes into Ward in the corner. Safe inbounds play. Ward on the drive. Gets that one to go up and in. Nice drive there. First 4 points early for Ward, 23-47, 24-point advantage. Hummel with it outside, gets it inside to Lehner, and Lehner loses that as Durkin did a good job seeing the mismatch, seeing that Neal was pinned down there, so she came and helped immediately, forcing Lehner to lose that one out of bounds. 8th turnover of the game for the Vikings, 47-23. Weber gets it off the kick. She'll back out. Face up, now off to Neal. Much more attacking style from the Wildcats, but also a little more patient. Ward with the heat check from the corner. Can't get that to go. Durkin, good hustle, saves it, but right into Ralston. Coming the other way now is Ralston. She's going to pull out. As good job by the Wildcats getting back on defense. Titus into Hummel. Hummel backdoor to Lehner. Lehner, good power, putting that up and in. Neal did a good job swiping down, got a piece of the ball, but Lehner just went up through her, back up 26. Good pass by Neal, off to Weber. She misses that one, has struggled with her shot these past 2 games. Weber's still looking for her first points of this game. Had some good looks, but can't knock them down right now. Job with it up top. Gets it off to Ralston. Now to Lehner. They're going to get it to Ralston and set up the offense. Hummel looking for Lehner down low. They're going to dump it inside. Beautiful pass from Titus. And we have 3 seconds in there on Lehner. So good job by Durkin, just delaying long enough. And now we have the shift change coming in for the Vikings as they have 5 new players out there. Of course, Sierra even, we talked about her leading scorer. She is now on the floor. 9 points off those 3 threes for her. So now a good crossover by Ward. Beautiful pass to Courtney. Courtney airballs the layup on that one. I think she lost track of exactly where she was on the floor and even gets it up. Can't get that to go, and Manning just into the game. Comes away with it for the Wildcats. It's poked away up to Durkin. Durkin off to Ward. Ward for 3. can't get that to go. Lee gets the rebound, and now she pivots out. She's loose. Numbers for the Vikings if they hurry, and Lee gets called for the charge. Good job by Courtney standing her ground, and Lee maybe a little bit too aggressive with that one. Think she could have just laid that off to Peterson on her left and had an easy layup, but tried to take it herself. Shirley now coming in, Ward taking a seat. So Shirley, leading scorer for the Wildcats with 9 in the first half. Ball comes in to Manning. Manning guarded by Edel. Into the corner to Neal. Neal to Shirley. Gets the screen. Back to Neal. Neal for 3. Air balls that one. And the Wildcats have just not had the touch from outside. Something they really need to pull this defense out to those three-point lines to open up some driving lanes for themselves right now. Still 49-23, 26-point game, 15:55 left to go in the game. Want to remind you, we will have the men's game for you following this one starting at 7 p.m. They will be taking on the 15th ranked men's team for the Vikings right after this at Wildcat Center, so make sure to stay right here on Ustream. Try to get it into Peterson, can't get that, but comes right out to Hunter, and Hunter goes on the baseline. Just a fortunate bounce on that one, and kind of tells you exactly how the game has gone at that point. 51-23, 15-25. Shirley gets her shot blocked by Hunter trying to come in. Outlet to Lee, now up to Edel. Edel, cross court to even for 3. She misses one finally, and Courtney pulls down the rebound. Every time that you see even let that one go, you really think it's going in. Manning off to Neal. Neal to Durkin. Durkin pump fakes, goes up and gets it to go off glass. 7 for Caitlin Durkin now. 25-51. Down by 26. Hunter thought about the 3. Gets it out to Even. Even now has it up top. Calls out the play. Getting it from head coach Jill DeVries. She's going to go to the corner to Edel. Edel into the post to Hunter. Kicks it out to Even. That's blocked from behind by Durkin. Pass up ahead. Durkin running it down. Coming long but straight to Hunter. Too far there as Courtney was looking for Durkin up ahead. Off to Edel. Edel with the mid-range jumper and knocks that down. Nothing but net. And now a 30-second substitution timeout from Coach Jill DeVries as she will get her starters back out there. 14-14 left to go in this game. 53-25. And at this point, if you are the Wildcats, just trying to make sure that you're working on certain things where that may not end up helping you come back in this game, but later in the season could help you win a game. So I want to make sure that on offense you are really trying to execute as best as you can. Something that we've really seen from them in this second half, being a little more patient with multiple driving kicks as opposed to just trying to get something out of their first drive and really being almost overly aggressive on the offensive end in the first half. Been a lot more patient in the second half, and we have seen some results for the Wildcats, scoring 6 points here in this first 5.5. Shirley now gets it from Manning, and she loses it, and the referee's now conferring, and it will stay here with the Wildcats. Baseline official getting some help, and Shirley on the baseline. Oh, trying to get it into Neal, but Lehner gets it. Now she goes up to Ralston. Ralston kicks out and into Hummel. Hummel over to Ralston. Ralston with Shirley all over her. She drives and gets the layup to go. Shirley playing maybe a little too close on Ralston on that one. Manning back to Shirley. Shirley out to Neal. In the corner for Ward. Ward driving. And we have a blocking foul on Ralston as Ward drove to the basket. We now see Weber getting ready to come in for the Wildcats after this first free throw. Ward 2 for 2 for the line her first trip to the line, so she will try to replicate that success this time. Ward come out much more aggressive in this second half and misses that one off the front of the rim as Shirley takes a seat and Weber will come in for the Wildcats. Now Ward in the ball, taking her time, stepping up to the line. Takes 2 dribbles. And long on that one, but Kernine pulls down the offensive rebound and then dribbles out of bounds. Not what Coach Neal wants to see from his team there, down 30. 13:20 left to go. Over to Ralston. Ralston now to Lehner. Try to get it inside to Hummel, and they call Kernine grabbing the arm inside, and that is a terrible mismatch right now as Coach Neal really experimenting with some smaller lineups, and Kernine inside on Hummel really battling. Never can question Tori Kernine's effort out there for the Wildcats, but so the size advantage a little bit much for her to overcome, as now Lehner has it, and she'll go right back up on the offensive glass and get that to go. Now a 32-point game. Coming the other way quickly. Wildcats have to use their speed advantage on this end. That's Ward over to Weber. Weber for 3. Well off on that one, and that one will go to the Vikings.
Viking ball.
12:47 left to go in this second half. Once again, reminding you, the men's Wildcats team will be in action at 7 p.m., about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. We'll have that one for you as well. They are also playing the Valley City Vikings, so it will be good to see that game as Valley City Vikings team comes in winning 5 straight at this point, as Manning doing a good job poking that one away. We'll stay here with the Vikings. 11 on the shot clock, 12:27 on the game clock. Inbound from Jayud, comes in, Titus pump fakes the 3, now goes inside, beautiful bounce pass from Ralston to Hummel, and so patient on offense, even with the shot clock running down, didn't rush anything and got the shot they wanted. Kernine from the corner, she's well along, and Ralston pulls down the rebound up to Hummel. Hummel on the dribble, gets it out to Titus. Titus, foot on the line, and that is a 2. So 61-25 now. 11:50 left to go. Neal takes the 3 in transition. Can't get that to go. Runs down, gets her own rebound. Out to Weber. Weber guarded by Ralston. Beautiful drive. Can't finish though, and Titus pulls it down. Coming the other way. Slowed up by Ward. And we have a timeout by the Vikings, just getting a timeout to sub. So now Durkin and Wisroth coming in for the Wildcats as Weber and Kernine take a seat. So a 30-second timeout for the Vikings. Coach used it, decided she actually wanted to use the time there, not just letting them do a substitution timeout. So a little bit miscommunication there between the officials. 61-25, and although the scoreboard does not show it, things we've seen a little bit better execution in the second half from the Wildcats, at least on the offensive end. Been a lot more patient, have been able to get some layups inside, but the last few times they've gotten back into that rush sort of mentality. So hopefully bringing Durkin back out here, some senior leadership, can calm them down on offense. Still want to make sure that they're getting something out of these last 11 minutes and 33 seconds. Got to play them, so might as well get something out of them. Ball comes into Peterson. Peterson with Neal on her, man-to-man now for the Wildcats. Goes into even. She tries to throw it, and Durkin, beautiful hustle. Taps it, and as it was going out of bounds, throws it off of Hunter. So Durkin still playing hard inside. Good to see. 11:25 left to go. Manning brings it across half court. She's going to pull up for 3. Can't get that to go, and when we said patient offense, that was not what we had in mind. So even now, bringing it across the timeline. Guarded by Neal out top. 15 on the shot clock. Dixon in the corner. She pump fakes on Wisroth. Now kicks to Hunter. Hunter almost traveled. Gets it to Peterson. Now Dixon out to Yvonne. She's well short on that one. Hits rim. Hunter gets it. And she puts it up and in over Ward. 63-25. And that'll get Shirley up off the bench for the Wildcats. Neal driving baseline. And her pass is knocked out of bounds. 10:36 left to go as Tamika Manning coming out and Courtney Shirley coming back in for the Wildcats. Wildcats will be at home tomorrow. Once again, we will also be bringing you that game live here from the Wildcat Center. So make sure to tune in at 7 p.m. tomorrow. That one thrown away by Neal. Ward gets it over and back. So another turnover for the Wildcats. Really been their undoing this game. Already up to 20 turnovers this game now. And whenever you hit that 20 mark, never a good mark to hit. Peterson off to even to Hunter in the corner. Up top to Dixon. And this Vikings team just so disciplined running their offense, that motion block to block, making sure that it's just a pass and cut motion offense now. And really running some shot clock, trying to get it inside to Hunter. Can't get it to her. And she tried to get it inside, and that will stay here as Eon apparently saved it off of Durkin, but good hustle by Durkin. 10 minutes left to go in this game. Men's game to follow. Same schools in action on the men's side. Dixon takes an ill-advised three with 2 seconds left on the shot clock, firing it up right away. Thinks she could have taken a dribble at least, but the freshman feeling rushed and put it up for the air ball. So a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Wildcats there. Shirley off to Neal, gives her the screen. Neal right back to Wisroth, and that pass has been there all game, but the bigs inside really struggling to handle it and get it up to the rim before the size can get to him from the Vikings. Neal's so good at that quick cross-court pass right off of her hip. Seen her do that in a lot of games thus far this season. Wisroth out to Shirley. Gets it to Wisroth. Wisroth puts that one up quickly, but airballed off the backboard. She was a little bit short on that one, trying to bank it in off the glass. I think she had the right idea, just not quite enough knees in that one. Rushed it maybe a little bit too much. As Peterson with it up top for the Vikings. They continue to run their motion offense now. A little bit of a delay offense. They're trying to get some work in, of course, as well. Trying to make this experience valuable for them. And Peterson fouled from behind as she finally beat Durkin on the cut. I think that this Wildcats team just a little bit tired right now as the depth of the Vikings really wears on you. As with 63-25, you've seen them, they just sub out 5 at a time. And Peterson misses that free throw off of the back iron. Courtney comes in for Wisroth, Kerneen coming in for Ward. Now Peterson steps back up for the second one. Peterson actually one of the leading rebounders at halftime for the Vikings. Had 3 in the first half. Steps up and knocks that one down. Nothing but net. Courtney gets it into Shirley. 9-10 left to go. Had Kerneen deep. Couldn't find her though. Now Neal for 3. Well long on that one. And Peterson gets her dribble picked up. Good pressure by the Wildcats. And they tried to go backdoor, did Troutman, but Dixon had pulled off of her cut, and so an easy turnover, easy steal for Kerneen. And a good cut and a beautiful pass, flitting it in between 2 defenders. So Durkin fouled on that one, but will be on the ground. And so will be Wildcat ball on the baseline. Only 3 team fouls on the Vikings, only 2 on the Wildcats. So neither team picking up the fouls as the shift change on for the Vikings as they sub on their new 5. And coming out to Kerneen is the ball. Kerneen, good cut, gets it to Shirley. Shirley for 3, can't get that to go. Durkin has it. She drives in, can't finish with the left hand. Edel. Off to even. Even now, cross court to Peterson. Top to Hummel. Edel pump fakes the 3. Over. Now to Peterson. She picked up her dribble, almost traveled. Thought she was going to have Edel, didn't. And Hummel, beautiful move on the shoulder drop and gets that hook to go. 66-25. Wildcats struggling, and there they throw that one away. Peterson coming the other way with the steal. She'll put the layup up, can't finish, and it's tied up inside. Will stay here with the Vikings as Courtney got tied up from behind by Hummel. So we'll stay with the Vikings. Ward and Manning getting ready to come on as Durkin and Neal will sub off for the Wildcats. 2 seniors walking off, not happy with how things have gone today for the Wildcats. Ball comes in, too long for Lair, and will come the other way for the Wildcats on the turnover. Driving in was Kernine, gets that knocked away. Now out to Edel. Edel gets her pass kicked away by Ward. And Edel was trying to go between the legs of Ward, I think, on that one. And Ward would have none of it and just kicked it out of bounds about 2 rows deep into the bleachers. Even coming in, now she's going to inbound. Out to Peterson. Peterson even for 3 from the corner. Can't get that to go. She's 0 for 2 in this second half after coming out red hot in that first half with 3 of 3 from beyond the arc. Into the corner to Ward. Good look ahead from Shirley. Ward can't finish. Taps it off of Kernine and will go to the Vikings. So 7:20 left to go in this second half. 66-25. Vikings in the lead. As now Jihad comes in, and that will signal Peterson to go take a break. Jihad now playing point for the Vikings. They get a chance to work on some of their motion offense. No, it looks like they're going back to their base stuff. Just a lot of screens along the baseline trying to get their 2 post players loose. As now Hummel has it on Shirley. She just goes, shoots the hook over her. Easy over Shirley. And 68-25. Hummel had a big second half thus far. Manning, beautiful cross on Hummel though, and gets that one to go. So the scoring drought broken. Finally, 6:45 left to go. First time they have scored in about 10 minutes for the Wildcats. Edel off to even. Even back to Edel. Edel thought about the 3. Kernine, good job shutting down there. And Hummel, she's just in a rhythm now. That one's right over Courtney. And she just wants to fake that one way and come in the other. And coming the other way in a hurry. Kristen Ward gets the and 1 over Lehner. And Lehner now struggled here a little bit in the second half. Her second foul. Ward doing a good job being very aggressive on her, getting out in transition, trying to get ahead of the pack, and misses the foul shot. Hummel pulls down the rebound. 70-29, 41-point lead for the Vikings on the Wildcats' home floor here. 6:05 left to go. Jihad has it, trying to set something up. Look for Lehner. Now she'll get a ball screen, will even. Gets it back to Hummel. Hummel loses it. Gets stripped again by Manning. And now a jump ball. And it will go to the Wildcats as Wisroth now comes in. Alex Courtney will take a seat for the Wildcats. Ball comes into Shirley. Shirley to Kernine. Kernine for 3. Can't get that to go. Long rebound to Jihad. Jihad almost loses that one. Over to Yvonne in the corner. She picks up her dribble into Lehner. Lehner, awkward left-handed hook. Could not get that to go. Didn't really get her body squared up to that one and missed that one badly. And Ward then just dribbles it off of her foot. Luckily, goes off of Hummel's foot, I believe. And now Lehner and Hummel's night is over as Hunter and Dixon come in for the Vikings. Also Troutman coming in and Eamon going out. So the three-point marksman for the Vikings probably done for the night. 5:20 left to go in the game. Kerneen kicks corner to Ward. Ward can't handle that one. He goes out of bounds. 5:19 left to go in the game. Jihad now gets it in to Bayliner. Over to Jihad, and she is fouled by Kerneen. And now Neal comes in and Weber comes in as Ward and Shirley will take a seat. Kerneen apologizing for that foul. Did it slap down pretty hard on the arm, but going for ball, letting her know no harm, no foul on that one. As Dixon trying to post up inside. Jihad instead goes up top to Baylheimer. Hunter now inside to Jihad. Tries to go cross court. Kerneen steals it up to Manning. Manning in the corner. She's going to pull the three. Knocks that one down. Nothing but net. 70-32 now. A 38-point advantage for the visiting Vikings. 4:30 left to go in the game. Dixon with Neal on her. Good job by Neal, really pressuring up top. Gets it off to Hunter now. Now into Troutman. Troutman into Dixon, and Neal just roofs her and sends that one, but right back to Jihad. Jihad trying to go for the foul, and that is going to stay here. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 4:12 left to go in this second half. Men's Wildcat basketball coming up next against Valley City, 15th ranked team in NAIA. As Hunter loses it, hits rim. Jihad then gets the rebound and puts that up and in. As she probably got fouled from behind as well, but no call from the officials. Wildcats just stopped playing. Thought they had the 30-second shot clock violation, but it hit rim. And there Weber looking to hit the three, can't knock it down. And rebounded away by the Vikings. 3:45 left to go. Knew that Wildcats were going to have to be proficient from beyond the arc if they're going to have any chance in this game, and they have not been that. Now 4 of 19 from beyond the arc this game. Not a good percentage at all. Normally a 30% foul team from beyond the arc. They're at 21% this game. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and fouled was Jihad on the drive. So a good call by the officials. Wisroth gets called for the foul. She was looking cross court, which was not there, but she was certainly being pushed pretty hard as Edel comes in now for Jihad, and Hunter goes out as well. That will be even, so I spoke too soon when I said her night may be done. 3:25 left to go. Tried to get it into Dixon. Dixon can't keep Wisroth sealed and knocked right back out of bounds. We will do it over. 3:24 left to go in this game. Edel goes to Troutman. Up top to Even. Now to Millman, and she knocks down that three. Her first shot of the game. Bainlinger, she knocks down that one. Over to Manning. Manning takes the three for the Wildcats, trying to answer. Can't get that. She gets the offensive rebound. Now over to Neal. Neal to Ward in the corner for three. She'll knock that down, nothing but net. Kristen Ward having a big second half thus far, and she now has 11, taking her as the only Wildcat into double digits. On the handoff, Baylheimer gets the screen from Even. Gets it off. Now they're going to reset it up top with Edel. Over to Baylheimer. Gets it poked away by Neal, and they're going to call the foul on Neal. Good job by the senior, Samantha Neal, really pressuring up top since she's come back in. Something you have to do when you're playing those 4 guards is force some turnovers with your guards. Vikings, though, have been very efficient under that pressure today. Baylheimer in the corner. Off to Edel. Edel up top resets it. 15 seconds on the shot clock. She's looking to attack. Now gets it off to Troutman. Off to Baileymer. To Troutman. She'll get the screen. And she cashes the three there. Now 78 to 35. 2 minutes left to go in this game. Neal trying to answer with a three, and she knocks that one down. Her first three of the game. Now exactly a 40-point game, 78 to 38. 1:45 left to go in the game. Now Troutman has it. Ward on her. Off to Edmond. Now to Edel. Edel looking to drive on Weber. Kicks it to Troutman. Troutman gets stripped from behind by Manning. Dixon has it. Dixon puts it up, airballs it, and that'll be a 30-second shot clock violation. Second of the game for the Vikings. Now Johnson Wales emptying the bench, and they will have Carla Baltazar come on along with Caitlin Steffen. Steffen, a freshman out of Winchester, Virginia, and Baltazar, a freshman out of Wiggins, Colorado. Manning with it up top. Tries to go inside to Wisroth, and that's tied up. Will go to the Vikings, as that now the Vikings are really catching on that drive to the dump off to the opposite block is something that the Wildcats are really looking for, and they have jumped it the past few times. Edel now inbounds the ball to Bayliner. Gets it up to Troutman. Troutman looking to drive. Dumps it off to Dixon. Now into Hunter. Hunter, a little out of control, and the rebound going to be pulled down by Steffen. Steffen bringing it up for the Wildcats. Weber with it now. She'll take the three. Can't get that to go. And Edel pulls down the rebound. Very strong with it there was Edel. She was surrounded by three Wildcats and was able to dribble her way out. Now just a 13-second shot clock to game clock differential. Got to figure that once again the Vikings will be running down the shot clock, doing the sportsmanlike thing. Dixon takes the three. 20 seconds left to go. Manning pulls it down. And Wildcats don't have to take a shot here if they do not want to, but looks like they're going to keep playing until the very end. Weber has it. Off to Manning. Manning thinking about the three. Can't get that. Looks for Wisroth inside. Now drives. Steffen for three. Airballs that out of bounds off the baseline. 2.2 seconds left to go. And after this, the Vikings will go to 10-1 on the season. The Wildcats dropping to 6-11. So a 10th straight victory for the visiting Vikings. The Wildcats in this game, they were led by 11 points from Kristen Ward. That is compared to the 12 from even that she had. Also, they had 11 from Lehner, 10 from Hummel, 10 from Ralston. Just a very balanced attack for the Vikings, overcoming the Wildcats. We are going to take a quick break here. We will be back with men's basketball. The Wildcats trying to get back in the win column against the 15th ranked Vikings here at home. So we will see you in about 30 minutes right here on Ustream.
Stop broadcast, stop recording, because we got to burn the disc, I think.